Welcome, everyone. See, we got people starting to join us. We'll give it just a minute. Okay, well, welcome, everyone. So my name is Lynn Wilson. I'm with the IDRS Acorn Project, and I want to thank all of you for being here. Just to let you all know, hey, Mary Beth, she has chimed in. That if you are in need of business counseling, you are welcome to reach out to us. We provide not only business counseling, but training as well. And today we have Roxanne Best, who is going to be teaching us about selling on Facebook. And so this is actually part of a social media series, I guess you could say, that we're doing throughout the year. So every month, Roxanne is coming on and teaching us some kind of social media strategy that we can use for our small businesses. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Roxanne. If you have a question, feel free to go ahead and chat it into the box, the chat box, or the Q&A, either one. It doesn't matter. I'll monitor both of them. And then I'll probably, Roxanne, let you decide when you want to break to ask questions.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Okay.
All right, everybody, welcome to the session on figuring out how to sell on Facebook. We're going to talk about two different strategies. One is using Facebook Marketplace, and the other is if you have a Facebook business page, how you can set up a shop with your Facebook business account. And so my name is Roxanne Best. I'm a member of the Confederated Tribes of the Colville Reservation here in Washington State. I've been working with IDRS Acorn Project for a little over a year now, I think, teaching workshops and offering this series on social media. I'm super excited to share this with you today, mostly because it was a learning process for me as well, with figuring out how to set it up for myself, because they just changed things from the format that the marketplace or the online shop was before. So they've been really doing a lot of upgrades, especially since the pandemic, to help businesses transition to having more of a presence online and the ability to sell things through the internet. You know, especially, you know, people don't always have the time to create the Etsy shops or to create, you know, a detailed website. So by utilizing a platform that we're already promoting our businesses on, like Facebook or Instagram, you know, this makes it more integrated. And, you know, Facebook's objective is to get people on the platform and to not have to leave. Before, you know, you would click on the link to go to somebody's shop, and then you would leave Facebook to go shop their website or to shop their Etsy site. Now they're working on ways of integrating it. And, you know, the marketplace is different. You don't need to have a business page to sell on Facebook Marketplace. Facebook has, over the last, like, I want to say it's been over 10 years that they have been really honing in the whole marketplace arena. Some of y'all may belong to, you know, Facebook groups that are specifically designed for selling. I know, like, in my community, we have like OMAC and Vicinity, OMAC Buy Sell Trade. And these are groups that are specifically for our area for selling and you know, selling items that that may, like, maybe we're clearing out our closets or whatever it might be. So that's what we might find in the Facebook Marketplace selling. It's sort of like that online thrifting. And, you know, other people also sell, you know, if you do direct sales, or if you, some people use it to sell their artwork or their crafts as well. I see a lot of people post beadwork and things like that. So, you know, it just depends on your approach. If you don't have a Facebook business page, then this is an option for you to utilize to sell your items. You just also want to make sure that you're following the commerce policies of Facebook. So, you know, definitely that could be a whole hour session just talking about the commerce policies. But, you know, take some time to go look at that on Facebook. So you make sure you're following the guidelines and the rules. And also, in my community, I mentioned those buy sell trade groups. And some of those, they are specifically designed for selling vehicles, and some of them are specifically for selling kids clothes. And so you can go to these different groups and be able to sell your items there. That mostly this is, like I said, the marketplace is mostly focused on like buying used items from other people. It's kind of like a Craigslist, an upgraded Craigslist, if you will. And Facebook Marketplace is also, you can do transactions. There's something called Facebook Pay, and you can utilize that on your personal Facebook page or your business page Facebook page. The business Facebook Pay setup is different because there are fees involved. With Facebook Pay, you can do transactions. You just have to link a bank account, and the other person has to be using it as well. So the difference, Facebook Marketplace primarily for selling items that are used, or more of a community based. It's more like a Craigslist situation. So Craigslist does, just like Craigslist, Facebook doesn't have in the marketplace a way to take payment. So you have to arrange payment with those transactions outside of Facebook, unless you have Facebook Pay on your personal account, in which case you can request money from somebody and then they can just pay through Facebook Pay. But again, you have to link an account to that in order to make those transactions. So they recommend on Facebook that you utilize PayPal or Venmo. There's one more that they talk about, and I'm going to show a video here in just a second. And it's a YouTube video, and I'm going to post in the chat towards the end, all these websites that I'll be referring to, so that you can go back and watch these videos yourself as well, because they're these step-by-step processes outside of what I'm showing you in this webinar that will help you get more clarity and be able to refer back to it on how to get these things set up. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop my screen share just for a quick second. And what I want to do also is, if you have questions, go ahead and punch those into the Q&A section right now. And I'm going to leave some time at the end to answer all of the questions that come up in the Q&A. Also, if you want to post those in the chat, I will, if Lynn wants to read those out to me, I can answer them as we're going along. I apologize for that. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get through this ad with the volume down a little bit, so that when we get on, you don't have to watch the ad. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen with you so you can see this video about how to set up your how to sell something using Facebook Marketplace. So hopefully right now you can see a YouTube video, and I'm just going to hit
but don't want to download an extra app. There's an easy solution. You can sell your stuff via Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace allows you to post items, vehicles for sale, a rental property, or even a job for hire, either in the Facebook app or from your computer. Here's how it works. Click the Marketplace icon from your Facebook homepage, or go directly to facebook.com/marketplace. Then click Create Listing and choose the category your post belongs in. Fill in the details, including the category, price, location, description, and pictures of the item. If you don't know how to price an item, check out the competition to see what they're asking. Keep in mind that people are likely to offer you less than your asking price. You may want to clean up the item before taking any photos to make it more appealing to buyers. Now you just have to wait for interested buyers. Waiting can be hard, and we didn't get any messages for a day and a half after posting our item. You can boost your post on Facebook Marketplace by making it an ad. You just set your budget, the amount of time you want the ad to run, then pay Facebook to boost your listing. You can also widen the area where you want to sell, or join local exchange groups to post your item in as well. Facebook doesn't take a fee from your sale the same way that eBay does, but you do have to arrange the transaction yourself. Facebook recommends PayPal or another person-to-person payment method like Venmo or Cash App for your transaction. Safety is another thing to consider when selling an item. Completing the transaction in a public area with lots of people is recommended. Facebook also has tips for safely buying and selling items on their marketplace, and we'll link to that in the description below. Once you sell your item, mark it sold so that people know it's no longer available. Listing your item on multiple platforms like Letgo, Craigslist, and OfferUp give you a better chance of selling your item quickly. Have you used Facebook Marketplace or another platform to sell your stuff? Let us know in the comments below. And find more ways to make money at Clark.com.
So I am going to share the link to that video in the chat, and I'll also give it to Lynn so she can email it out to anyone who might want to watch that video again. That was just a quick walkthrough on how to set something up to sell on Facebook Marketplace. And when they were referring to those sales groups, that was the groups that I was mentioning, like that we have locally here in my community, the OMAC Buy, Sell, and Trade, or the OMAC and Vicinity. And those are specific groups for this area. And they do pretty well. Things that get posted up sell pretty quickly. So if that's something that you think you might, if you don't want to step into the business page realm yet, Facebook Marketplace is an option to get your products and your items out there to sell. Some of those groups, the small groups, I just want to mention this before I move to the next option, is to make sure that you're following so there's the marketplace guidelines on Facebook, and then there's also the community, the individual groups that you might join that have their own guidelines. Some of them say no, like no product sales, like, or only used items or things like that. So just make sure that you're aware of what those guidelines are and that you're following those guidelines when you decide to sell on Facebook, or I'm sorry, in those specific groups. So I'm going to go ahead back over to the slide presentation. There aren't a lot of slides. It's a lot of demo today. So selling on Facebook, basically this is from your newsfeed. You want to click the marketplace, and then you're going to create the listing. So there's some steps to take before you even get to this point. And in the video, they alluded to, preparing the items so that it looks nice when you take the photo. We had some photo webinars in this series previously. And, so there's some great tips there on how to utilize your smartphone to take these photos. And then we also did a webinar on Canva, so you can figure out how to, make it look nice. Do you need to go through that much effort? If it's just like a used pair of shoes or something of that nature, it's up to you. It depends on how much time you have available. So making sure you have quality images, put yourself in the buyer's shoes. You want to see as many angles, as many different options for the item that you're buying. And so make sure you're putting as much detail in it as possible. So then creating a Facebook shop, this is a completely different approach. So in the marketplace, this is more of a, from a personal selling position. When you're stepping into Facebook, the shop area, this is linked to a business page. So you have to have a business page in order for you to even access this option. So first thing you want to do is you're going to create your shop. And in order to do that, you're going to need all the things that you would have probably already have for yourself, which are images of your products, descriptions of your products, the pricing of your products. So that would be like that first step that you need to make sure you have before you ever go into creating your shop on Facebook. So another option is if you use sites like Shopify. And I'm not sure, I know Shopify for sure links with Facebook shops. So if you're using Shopify to sell your products or services, you can link those two together so then people can see that right from your Facebook business page. So then you're going to decide what kind of a checkout method you're going to use. And we'll show you those. If you want to sell on Facebook business page, choose your page or create a new one. If you want to sell on Instagram, so if you've linked your Instagram business account, you can also, list these items in your Instagram. So this is a way to integrate everything. So you don't have to set this up for Facebook and then go and set it up for Instagram. So if you have a business page, you can connect the two business accounts on Facebook and Instagram. So select your business manager account or create a new one, which, if you have a business page, you have a business manager account, which is a whole other discussion about setting up those pages and the manager accounts. And what that is basically the space where you can go in and you schedule posts, you can do all kinds of things there. You can create ads, you can do boosted posts, you can check your analytics, all those things are there. And you can also, pay for your advertisements and all the things there. And then decide which category your shop is going to be in. And then once you decide how you're going to set up the catalog, apparently you can't switch it later. So make sure that you have this set up the way you want. And as we're gonna go do a step-by-step setting it up, because I haven't set up the new shop on my business page. So I'm just gonna share that the steps going through it. And then look over your shop details and review and agree to the seller agreement, which is the Facebook seller agreement. So you want to make sure you're reading that so that you are able to stay within the guidelines of the Facebook seller arrangements. And then you finish the setup. And then what happens is it goes into an approval process. So Facebook has to look and make sure that it's meeting the standards of Facebook, and then your shop will be available for everyone to see. All right, so I'm going to click here, and then I think, oh bugger, it's going to make me I'm going to see if I can go to my other site. One moment, because I have it pulled up in another place. Okay. Sorry, bear with me just 1 second. Okay, so if I was logged in on the other site, this is once I clicked that link, this is what you would see. I'm going to share this with you. So once I clicked on that link, this is what pops up. So I'm logged into my account, and basically this is where you're going to see to start setting up your Facebook shop. And there's here there are transaction processes available, and you can see if you're already selling online. I'm going to click on this. I don't know what's going to happen. So okay, Lynn, I don't know if you can see, did it switch to the new page where you can see set up?
It looks like it switched.
So you can see set up using a partner platform?
Yes, I can see that.
Perfect. I just want to make sure that was there. So you can see if you're selling on any of these other platforms and you already have your shop set up, you can just link these two. And I was really hopeful that Etsy was on here, but I don't see it. So, but you can see, Shopify is really popular. But these are other shops that are available. So if you already have these, you can just link it, and then it will set up your shop for you automatically. I'm going to click back to the other page. So Lynn, just tell me if it doesn't click back to that start selling on Facebook.
Okay, we're in the right place.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to create a test shop. So all I'm going to do is over here in the right-hand column, I'm going to click create a test shop because I just want to use examples here. So creating a test shop, the only reason I'm doing this is because then I don't have to set up the bank account stuff. If I were to actually be setting up my real shop, we would have to put in the banking information. and we'd have to have some other things set up already. So setting up, I just hit next. So then we would enter in our business information. So I'm going to hit rural sup, and I'm going to go next, and then create a test Facebook page. No, I don't want to do that. This page is shop tab. 2 products will not be visible to the public. Okay, I don't want to set up a test Facebook page, but we might have to do that. So then you can see, select the category. Are you a brand or product, artist, band or public figure, entertainment, cause or community, local business, or a place? So I am going to select, because local business is if you're a brick and mortar shop. I'm going to go ahead and go brand or product, page name, rural sup, and then we choose the category. This health and beauty, and then it creates the page. So this is doing a few more steps. If I were linking it to my already existing page, it would just link to that page. And because I'm setting up a test shop, this is what's happening. So now I can select, like I have all these other business accounts, and I'm just gonna select the Roxy Best as the business manager account, because that's where all my account information is. And I'm gonna hit finish setup. And voila. So then we can start setting up your inventory. So we can click get started. We're creating a test catalog. So next, what is your standard shipping? So you're going to need to know this stuff. So estimated days to deliver, how many days minimum, how many days maximum. So if it's like 3 days minimum, 14 days maximum. Oh, wait, must be within 7 days. So we learned something here. So 3 to 7 days, price, I'm going to say 50, price per additional item, cart minimum for free shipping. So then we can hit save. And, if you want to add expedited shipping, so this is where you can do that, or rush shipping. So this is just setting up your shipping options. Return, do you have a return policy? And so this is forcing you to set up some things that maybe you hadn't thought about in your business. So is it a 90-day, 30-day, 15-day, whatever day that is for a return policy? Do you have a specific customer service email? Like, where do you want people to get a hold of you if they have questions or need to make a return? So you would enter that here. So I'm just going to go Roxanne at photography.com, just so that it lets me continue on. So this is another thing to also consider, is that when we're setting up the catalog, you have to, so I do a lot of service products or digital products. And with this, they really want you to have physical products that you're shipping out. So it's very much created with that in mind. So just keep that in mind as you're moving through this. And I guess it doesn't want Blackwell building on there, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. And that wants the state, that's what it is. And then next. So, oops, address has invalid characters. It must be that pound sign it doesn't want there. So business category, what is the category that your business falls in? Art dealers, art supplies, advertising. So you select, go down through here, business services. I'm trying to find for the SUP yoga, it's we'll just add health beauty. No, it's not a spa. And this is where it gets interesting is like, okay, what category do I select? I don't know what, so we'll say, I just want to pick something. But this way you can see all the different options. We'll say professional services. There we go. And go next. So I have this information and it looks like it just automatically filled it in. So business type. So you're entering all these things and they want all the details. And I'm not going to enter that in, but you enter your birth date. I'm just going to make up a birth date for right now. I'll use my actual year though. And then, so then you set up your banking information so that you can set up payments, but this is a test account. So hopefully they're not going to make us do that, but maybe I should have looked a little bit more closely at that. Roxanne. So finish setup. So it didn't make me, because it's a test account, it didn't make me enter a lot of that business information. So just as you're going through this process, now you know that you're going to need your banking information. You're going to need your business, your tax identification number. So all of that information you'll want to have available as you're setting up this site. So you've completed setup. Please review your business information in the right-hand column. So that's over here. The linked business account is Rural SUP. My business manager account is Roxy Best. And then my page ID, Rural SUP, is there. And then, this is where, we start to look at preferences for the different products that so your shipping and all those different policies, your return policies and all that good stuff. And then, your business type and all of that information is there. So that's how you would start this process, setting up your business in Facebook. So then you can start to set up the other aspects of your business, your shop, I guess is what they're calling it. So set up your commerce manager. So you can do that for Instagram or for Facebook, set up using an e-commerce platform. So if you already you're using the Shopify, the BigCommerce, all those places that were listed before, you could just go here and it would automatically pull in the catalog from those sites into the Facebook platform, and you wouldn't have to do anything else. Super streamlined, super easy. So if we click get started for Facebook, if I'm going to actually set all these things up, we're going to need all of this information. And because, I don't want to enter all this in online, we're not going to go through all these steps, but I just wanted to click through so you can see what it looks like. Name on my commerce account. This should match the public name of your business. So Rural SUP. I spelled SUP wrong. That's me. And so anyway, so then this is just that process. So then you can see the intimidation factor that a lot of us might experience going through all of this. I really want to get to the point. Okay, here it is. This is what I really want to get to is setting up our products. So if you have a service card, let's see, I'm going to click on that just to see what it looks like, because I may have some of my old stuff in there, but it doesn't look like it. So I'm going to go back. Products for Rural SUP. You're managing a test account. Some features are not available. So if we wanted to add an item, so this is where we're going to start having the ability to add items. So fill in the form. So we can go fill in a form to add items to your catalog one at a time, or you can upload a whole catalog If you have a Facebook pixel that's connected to other things, we're not going to get into pixels today because that's a rabbit hole. So then you begin to add items. Choose files from your device. You can add images. You can add a title to that. So all the things that when you set up your businesses and started to create your product descriptions and benefits and features, this is like you could go to your business plan and cut and paste this right here. What is the product? It's stand-up paddleboard yoga description. I could go, cut and paste that description and put it here. Link to my website. And so I would enter that here. How much does it cost? And, am I having a sale? Is it on sale? And then, is it new? Is it refurbished? Is it, what is the condition? And then is there a specific brand? So this would be if you're selling like a used item, and then you can add a SKU number if you wanted to. So these are just all the different, this is how you would set up your each item in your catalog. And the cool thing is you can create sets. So let's say you're an artist, you do beadwork, you do ribbon skirts, you do, what are some other things I'm trying to think, maybe you do paintings. And so you have all these 3 different, very distinct types of items. So you could create a set. So all your beaded items could be a set, all your ribbon skirts could be a set, and all your paintings could be a set. And so someone could just click on that set and see those specific items groups together. So that's one really useful way to use sets. And so it's super cool to be able to set things up that way. I'm going to include a link in the information that I'm sending to you that will take you to like a 20-minute step-by-step setting up your shop in Facebook. It was really, really helpful. So I believe it will be really helpful for you guys as well. And I just want to go back to the presentation to show the slide on different ways to help increase sales or to have your best foot forward creating your Facebook online shop or your sales online. One is to definitely have quality images that show your product. And, if you can create product images of your product in use, that's even better. People tend to buy items if it's clothing, if they see the clothing on a person, if it's jewelry, seeing the jewelry on a person. So showing the product in use, have a clear description of the item, know your pricing. The tip that I really liked in that YouTube video that I shared was, if you're not sure what to price, you can go look at what other artists or other creators or other business people are charging for the same items, and then price accordingly. But also keeping in mind the location of the person that is selling the similar item. If, I use here, people charge a lot more over in Seattle for the same thing offered in my community, which might be half the price of what it would be in Seattle. And that's just, demand. And it's also like the economies are different. So making sure that you have a clear understanding of where your customers are and why you're pricing your products the way that you are. But it's always nice to go look and see what other people are charging so you can get an idea of what you might charge yourself. And also, are you not charging enough, or are you charging way too much? And also, you have to add in that shipping. So if shipping is not included, you want to, know what that shipping cost is going to be. And you're going to have to know how long it's going to take. So with Facebook, they want it within a 3 to 7 day window of that it's going to be shipped. So be patient because, it takes a while for these things to start to get momentum. And then, check out some of the other classes in the social media series, the Canva class, learning, if you aren't familiar with Canva, definitely a great place to be able to create some impactful images, even if you're just removing the background. from the image so that it focuses on the product. Canva is really powerful that way. There was another week or month where we did a increasing your Instagram following, which would be beneficial for increasing sales. The more followers, the more people that are seeing your products and services, the more likely they are to buy from you. And then also the class on photography for social media. So learning how to take photos of your products. So those are 3 classes that we've already had in this series that would make this whole process a lot easier for you. And now I just want to open it up to any questions, and I'm going to go ahead and stop the screen share so I can pull up any Q&As that came up and any questions that might be in the chat.
And I know that Dan had a question. I think it was in the chat. Yes, it was in the chat.
Okay, Dan, if you do presentations and workshops, can you advertise those on? Yes, you can. You can advertise. You can advertise just about anything you want on Facebook. The workaround, the link to the video that I'm going to share that does the step-by-step setting up your Facebook shop. It actually it shows how to be able to sell products that are services, not tangible products, by linking to your website or to other pages, other applications. So yes, you can advertise. You can create a post or a specific ad in Facebook that's promoting those events. And then you would just create a sign up where people can link to it, or where you link to the sign up page, or they sign up right there. Did that answer your question, Dan? And I keep forgetting that this is broadcast on Facebook as well. I should be logged into Facebook so I can see if there's any questions on Facebook.
I'm logged in on Facebook and I haven't seen any.
Okay. And then I got an email already. Welcome to Facebook. Hi, Rural Sup. Welcome to Facebook. So, it's pretty fast, the feedback and the responses that you get from Facebook on, getting this shop set up. And let me see if I can find.
More likely they are to buy from you.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking to see if I can find a Facebook page that has a really good example of a Facebook shop that I can share with you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share this. So just so y'all can see what, if I click the right button, that would be fantastic. So this is 8th Generation's Facebook page. And, I went from the home page and you can see like their regular feed. And then off to the left here, there's the shop option. So you can see all their products listed. So that's one way to get to the shop. And then you can click see all. The other is you can see at the top here that this button shop now. I'm just going to click on it so you can see what comes up. So it just takes you right to their website. And, and then, oh, that scarf is beautiful. I hadn't seen that scarf yet. So I'm going to go back to their Facebook page. But then up here, you can also click shop, and then it stays on Facebook, and you can click all products, and they have a featured product and then all the different things. So each thing you have you know, the opportunity to click on it, and then they have it linked to the website. So you view it on the website and make the purchase there. You can set it up where the whole transaction happens on Facebook. But with 8th Generation, you would click view on website, the website opens, and that's where you make the purchase. I'm not 100% sure what platform they use for their website, or if it's a custom site. But so that's one example. I just wanted you to be able to see like what this could potentially look like for your business, you know, and the shop. If you listed all your products, you know, what would that be? And they have a lot of different products, so you can scroll for days. Trying to think of another business that might have an online shop. So theirs is set up very similarly, where you can shop now, which would take you to their website, or you could click the shop and just see the products here on Facebook. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and click on an item, and then you can select your sizes, and it gives you some detailed information. Like I clicked, I think it was the medium, or was it the large? One of them said sold out, I thought. But it gives you, so then you select your size, and then now my computer's being super slow because I have way too many tabs open. But you could save the item and maybe come back to it later. You can also have the opportunity to see other items from the shop. And that's Bethany Yellowtail. I don't know if she has her shop set up yet, but I'm going to check. Oh, she does. Perfect. So she has the same. So this is another native artist and creator, and she has her Facebook shop set up as well. So you can, and I'm just going to click on one of her items so we can see if we can buy it. Nope, we've got to buy it on her website as well. So click through to her website, and that's where you would have the opportunity to make the purchase, and you get more product details and also other suggestions for her items. So just some examples so you can see what that translates to. Well, if they're one of a kind, then the inventory would only show one item available, and when it's sold, it's gone. You would just have to make sure and indicate that in your description. This is one of a kind. There is only one available. Once it's gone, it's gone. All right, any other questions? I got through that a lot faster than I'd expected. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post these links that I had saved for you guys in the chat. So I'm going to go to everyone. So you can click on these links. One is a step-by-step for setting up your shop on your business page. One is that same video that I showed for Marketplace. And the other is just the Facebook Manager to go specifically to how to set that up. And I'm going to share these links with Lynn also, so she can share that with you guys in an email. I think she sends a post workshop email out so that you can check it out. Are there any more questions? And just like with any online commerce or using social media, if you do setting up on your website and having your shop on your website is a real powerful tool. And you can see that most all of those folks that we looked at for examples, they're actually using Facebook as a place for people to see their products, but make the purchases on their website instead of filtering through Facebook. So, I mean, these are choices. If you don't have that set up already, you know, Facebook has made it really convenient for us to be able to just make Facebook our website. But just keep in mind that by doing that, you are bound by the rules that Facebook has set out for e-commerce. So you have to make sure that you're following those rules and guidelines. So for my business, for example, I could link it to my website to get people to sign up for yoga classes or the stand-up paddleboard yoga sessions or photo shoots or workshops. So I could link it that way to my website so the product is there, and then to make the purchase, you go to my website. But I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to add services. All right, any other questions? You can type them in the chat or the Q&A or raise your hand, and I think we can unmute you. So if you look at the bottom of your screen, there's a raise hand. No questions. Lynn, do you have anything to add? Oh, hang on. Mary Beth has one. Okay. Yes. Yeah, so yeah, service fees, that is always a struggle, naming a competitive price, but making it profitable.
And
Yeah.
Mary Beth, I can unmute you if you just want to talk. Yeah, I've allowed you to talk, Mary Beth, if you want to unmute yourself.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm on the
Okay.
joining you all from the homelands of the Nez Perce people. I'm Nez Perce, and I'm a photographer and a magazine publisher. And all of my services have come from word of mouth through showcasing my photography, primarily senior portraits and landscape photography, now doing a lot more family photo sessions just through Facebook. So it has never really, I have never really had a chance to take it to that professional level through, you know, website development, just because I'm so busy, and it's just kind of more of a side hobby that's emerged more into a business. And so I really appreciate the Community Development Fund hosting these types of event, working with companies like Acorn, so that we can have access to experts and practitioners like Roxanne and everybody that's involved to make this all happen, because there's the tools out there to help us, and, you know, to be able to have it synthesized, you know, because we're all so busy, you know, making it happen and doing our art and our talent and spreading, you know, our Indigenous love everywhere. So thank you all so much.
Yes, thank you.
This meeting is being
Oh,
recorded.
sorry, hang on. Oh, Lord.
She's in a tunnel. Okay, Lauren, thank you for the session. It's a lot to take in, but hopefully this can help alter my Facebook page to a shop connected to a page. Yes, right now it's up as a page that showcases my craft work.
And Mary Beth, if you're able to ask your question, you can unmute yourself now.
Okay, good Lord. Okay, so I just got home and I was trying to pull it up on the computer, and then my phone and the computer all went crazy. So I had to go out of part of it because I got a phone call. But when you were talking about the different places where you can connect it to, I was wondering if you can connect it to your website. I haven't done it yet, so I haven't looked at it. But if you can connect it to your website and you have an Etsy shop that you can integrate into your website, which is what we do, then that's one way if you have an Etsy where you could do it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So then I need to do that. Okay.
Yes.
That's what I was wondering.
Good question.
And thank you for doing this, Roxanne.
Yes. Thanks for coming.
And IDRS. Sorry.
Amy has a question. Did you want to, oh, there she is.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going back to what Mary Beth was talking about. It's very confusing. So she has an Etsy shop and that has a URL. Do you connect your Facebook page with the Etsy URL? Is that what she's asking?
Yes.
Because that would be golden, because I already have an Etsy store already set up, and it seems right now, I'm really glad you are clarifying all of this Facebook, because it seems overwhelming and daunting to at this point, because I'm still starting off. But since I already have an Etsy store set up and I would like to have more traffic going to Etsy, that's what Mary Beth was asking, right?
Well, and I think what Mary Beth is doing is I think she was saying she'll have her Facebook page going to her website. Because when you go to Mary Beth's website, moonhawkart.com, it connects to her Etsy shop. So if you're in Facebook and you click to her website, then on her website, whenever you get ready to purchase something, it goes to her Etsy shop.
Got it.
Yeah. And I'd remind me, I believe, does Etsy allow in like direct links to specific products, or is it just to your shop? Because that's another way you could set that up, is direct links to the product that you're promoting on your Facebook shop.
Yeah, and Mary Beth would have to answer that one since she's our Etsy guru.
Yeah, I
know.
figured since she was here, this would be a great time to ask that.
And I see that she typed in the chat to products.
So you can link to individual products, which would be another way to integrate that into your Facebook shop. So I highly recommend taking the time to watch that the link that I sent, which was setting up your Facebook shop. He does a really good job of breaking it down, and then he goes into like some of the ways to do those integrations that you're talking about, and does a step-by-step on how to do it. It's like,
and I was just going to say, Roxanne, that, you know, when we're talking about websites, like websites can really serve as a hub, you know, to all of these other places. And we're actually going to be teaching a website class for the Institute of American Indian Arts, and that's actually open to anyone. So if you'll just kind of keep an eye on our Facebook page, or go to the Institute of American Indian Arts continuing education page, you should see a class schedule, and you'll see one that's developing a website with Squarespace, and that will be next month.
Yes. And, you know, having a website, you know, is kind of like how businesses used to be listed in the yellow pages. A lot of times, you know, to check like if someone's a legit business, we often will go look for their website, or we'll look for their business Facebook pages or their, you know, their social media presence, and just to verify that they're actually a business. Back in the day of the yellow pages, that's what we'd look in the yellow pages to see, is this a real business? And now that has become websites and Facebook and Instagram. Pretty much if you're a business and you don't have a Facebook presence, it's kind of crazy. Like people, everyone like tries to say Facebook isn't a relevant platform anymore. But man, tell you what, I get so much business from Facebook. And I'm like, oh, I'm transitioning to Instagram. And I get a lot from Instagram also, but they're integrated. And, having that presence on Facebook, even though it is crowded, there's a lot of people there. But that's why having those really awesome pictures and having really cool content, making the descriptions of your products and all of those relatable connections with your potential customers or buyers is so important. Like and on Facebook, we're not just posting buy from me. I'm repeating some stuff from other classes, but this is important to understand too, is we're also creating connections with people. It's a place to get to know you and for people to decide whether they want to buy from you or support your business. They may not want what you're selling, but they really like you, so they want to support your business, and then they'll buy from you. So, that's a place for you to present, like as if someone were walking into your business. How would you want them to perceive what you're offering? Yeah, it's driven by Facebook, Instagram, and word of mouth. It really does. It really does work. There's other ways that you could utilize Facebook if you don't want to set up a Facebook shop, and that would be to do a post and have a link. Like let's say you're promoting a specific item in your Etsy shop. You could do a link to your Etsy page, or if you have that already linked to your website, you could have it go to your website. Because what that does is that increases traffic, and the likelihood that they're going to look at other things on your website, and it increases exponentially. And so all of these things, these steps are just keeping people interacting with you and your products and your services, instead of jumping over to the next person or the next thing. And, the website is the hub. That's your place. As long as you're not breaking any internet laws, which there aren't very many, you're pretty safe being on having your website and building your email list. Any other questions? I kind of went off on a little soapbox there, but another example is doing a boosted post or an advertisement on Facebook. You could spend $30, $50 in a month and connect with a ton of people. And if you do it in a good way, in the right way, you're going to get sales and bookings and people following you and interacting and sharing your content. Whereas I just spent $50 on postcards for my business, and I have to physically go out and hand these out to different places and position them, hopefully where someone's going to hopefully see it. Whereas with Facebook, if I do an ad, I can see who's clicking on my ad. I can see, and maybe I can see who's interacting, and if they're going to my website or if they're going to other social platforms that I have, what direction are they going? So it's really measurable. I don't know who's picking up my postcards. I don't know who's like going to book from those. You can put little codes on them and things to track, but for the most part, it's like, I pretty much just paid $50 to have some postcards made and shipped to me that I'm hoping are going to land with people and result in bookings. Now, if I spend that $50, which I will be, on a Facebook ad, I'm going to be able to see, oh, look, I connected with all these people, and this many people actually booked from the ad or didn't book from the ad. So it's a real measurable way to check return on investment as well with your advertising, your promotion budget, which many of us don't have a giant promotional budget. I paid to do an ad in a magazine for my stand-up paddleboard yoga. I don't know where, unless I ask, where did you hear about me? I don't know if they heard about it from my Facebook, if they heard about it from the advertisement or one of the postcards I handed out. So I do know, like, if they did connect with me through Facebook, because I can, figure that out too. But Facebook ads is a real measurable way. I used to argue with our with the marketing department and the CFO about years ago, before Facebook really became super popular. That man, what a way to measure your return on investment. And he just could not convince him how measurable it was. And now it's like, you got to advertise on Facebook. It's so measurable. So it's a great place. But that's a whole other class. Today was about setting up your shop. But that's the thing too, though, is you set up those items that you're working on selling and promoting, and you can create an ad around that. Let's say you have a big inventory that you're trying to clear out. Oh gosh, you know what? They are TikTok, and TikTok I know is a great platform for business, but it's work. You have to be willing to get vulnerable and record yourself, put yourself out there. You can put a link in TikTok that connects to your website, connects to your Facebook, connects to all the places. TikTok, I was like, oh, dude, TikTok. This was about like 7 months ago, I think. And I was like, I'm going to do TikTok. I'm going to go all in. It was exhausting. You have to stay on top of trends. You have to but yeah, it could be really fun too. I'm trying to figure out a way that I can integrate it in a way that it doesn't feel so overwhelming. Because TikTok is really trendy, that there's specific songs that you should have, or there's, yeah, but it's fun. It was fun. If I didn't have to do anything else, I would love to just hang out on TikTok and make TikToks. But I know a lot of businesses that have transitioned over to TikTok, and they're really killing it. And doing great over there. And they're not like, buy my stuff. They're teaching, their education, they're inspiring. And then people are like, what is this person about? And then they go click on their bio and then get to how to connect and buy from these people. So it's more about that socialization. It's like if I were to, like, Facebook is like going to like a conference or a high-end event. Instagram is like more of like, I feel like it's like Miami sophistication, not like I don't know how I put those together, but that higher end, like, fun experience. And then TikTok is like hanging out with all your friends and having a good time and just talking and being real about things. Being real entertaining is important on TikTok. But go check it out. Make your first TikTok. And if you don't like it, don't hang out there. But you might be like, oh my gosh, I can totally do this. Go look at other people in the same industry as you that are doing the same kind of stuff and see what they're posting. And can you do that as well? That's the best way to explore a new platform. But now I'm over. I'm 3 minutes past our end time. So if you have to check out, go ahead. If there's any more questions, I'll hang out for a couple more minutes, and then we'll end the webinar. All right. Well, thank you all so much for being here and asking questions and participating. Look for those links to those other videos that are really good step-by-step to set up the shops. And we'll see y'all next month for next month's session. So there's one every month until the end of the year. Have an amazing afternoon, and hopefully we'll see you back again. And check out that website webinar for building a website. That'll be a really good one. That, since it's open to the public, that will be a great opportunity on seeing how to set up a website.